Today we are continuing the revision of the chapter life process, because this chapter we will be discussing in the offline class of 10th this week, and we are now assigned to do the same work. Alright, we have already covered this chapter in detail and sent a lot of assignments, but this is relevant as the fact that we have to come in contact or come across with the different patterns of questions that are designed and used for this coming examinations. Okay, so the life process, we are now discussing 4 questions in this session. All plants give out oxygen during day. All plants give out oxygen during day and carbon dioxide during night. Do you agree with the statement? Give reason. Yes, because during daytime the light is available. As a result, the photosynthesis takes place more than carbon respiration. Okay, during daytime when the light is present, more photosynthesis can take place. The chlorophyll molecules present in the grana or thylakoid membrane trap the solar radiations and they perform a light reaction. Okay, during light reaction, oxygen is evolved. So we can understand that during daytime, the light is present, sunlight is present, photosynthesis will be the main process, and respiration is only second, is not a continuous process. Okay, it means that during photosynthesis in daytime, more photosynthesis takes place. It indicates that more oxygen is evolved. That oxygen is used up by the plants for respiration. So there is no much intake of oxygen from outside during daytime. But in the night, when the light is absent, sunlight is absent, photosynthesis will not take place. Photosynthesis will not take place. And the respiration will be the main process. That's why we are advised not to sleep under the tree during the night, because during respiration in the night. So in the night, respiration will be the main process during which carbon dioxide is evolved, and we will be exposed to this carbon dioxide if you are sleeping under the tree during the night. So this is your answer. Okay. Now the second question: how do guard cells regulate opening and closing of stomatal pores? It is very clear that the guard cells are the kidney-shaped or bean-shaped structure in diploid plants, whereas in monopod it is dumbbell-shaped. And the guard cells absorb water and swells up. Guard cells absorb water and swells up. As a result, the guard cells, I can draw the diagram. Suppose this is the guard cell. The guard cells, the inner wall of the guard cells are thick than outer walls. Inner walls of the guard cells are thick than outer wall. So when this water enter here, what will happen? The turgidity increases. Turgidity increases. And the cell turgid, the thicker walls will not protrude outward, but the thin wall goes outside. Thin wall bulges outside or move outward. As a result, this thicker wall also will be pushed outwards, and you can see the stomatal pore opened. So the opening and closing of the stomatal pore is the function of the guard cell. Opening and closing of the stomatal pore is the function of the guard cell. So we can understand that opening and closing of the stomata happens when the guard cells absorb water and swells up. So the guard cells turgid. A turgidity is a condition where the guard cells absorb maximum water and swells. Okay? As a result, the thicker wall of the inner wall of these guard cells will move outwards along with the moving thin walls. This called the stomatal open. So in general we can say the opening and closing is the function of the guard cells. Okay, right. Now third question: 2 green plants are kept separately in oxygen-free containers. two green plants are kept separately in oxygen-free containers, one in the dark room and another in the light. Which one will have live longer? Of course, the green plants that are kept in the light sunlight. The green plants that are kept in the light, will live longer because it perform photosynthesis. Of course, we know that answer. Now the fourth question: if a plant is released carbon dioxide and taking in oxygen during day, if a plant is releasing the carbon dioxide and taking in oxygen during the day, does it mean that there is no photosynthesis occurring? No. Because during daytime sunlight is available, so plants perform more photosynthesis than respiration. Plants perform more photosynthesis than respiration, and as a result, more carbon dioxide is released. Okay. So we can understand that during daytime more carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants before photosynthesis, and carbon dioxide is less. But during respiration, during respiration in the daytime, plants respire all the time, but comparatively less respiration in the daytime and more respiration in the night. So during daytime, the carbon dioxide is released during respiration, will be released out. But plants also absorb carbon dioxide from outside through stomata during photosynthesis. So in effect, during daytime, plants absorb more carbon dioxide. Plants absorb carbon dioxide from outside through the stomata, as well as during the respiration in the daytime, the carbon dioxide is released. So more carbon dioxide availability in plants. But after utilizing this for photosynthesis, the excess carbon dioxide will be released out. Of course it is. Taking in oxygen during the day, does it mean that there is no photosynthesis occurring? No. So plants take up the carbon dioxide through stomata from outside during daytime, and also during daytime when they perform respiration, the carbon dioxide is released. So total amount of carbon dioxide in plant during daytime is very higher. So once they utilize a part of this carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, the rest of the carbon dioxide will be given out. So plants release carbon dioxide during daytime also. That's all. Thank you very much.